I'm Irie. I'm from Philly, and I'm a Taurus all across the board. Rising, moon, all that. Yeah. I first got into it, I think, after seeing this set at Black Star Film Festival by DJ Lil Dave, and he made like a film for his DJ set, and it was like during COVID. It was like this drive-in movie, and like to start off the movie, they had him do this DJ set that he created this film for of all different like dance clips from all over the world, from all different time periods, and I was like, this is amazing. Like I need to figure out how to do this, and then yeah, from there I just found myself kind of like surrounded by the DJ scene. And yeah, went from there, I guess. It's between like Outkast and the Roots, I think. And it would have been from Outkast, ATLiens, and from the Roots, Things Fall Apart. Yeah. I think I have them both up here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, so these records behind me are all like my favorites from like 90s hip hop to like, I guess the more current stuff like Gambino and Kia. But yeah, I don't know. I love music from all over. So like all over the world, I have like Habibi Funk. I have some Malian music from where my dad's from. Plantasia, which is like music for plants. So I guess I'm a plant because I love that shit. And like, yeah. This definitely represents what I love to listen to. So, Irie is actually the first part of my middle name, which is Iriella, giving out my government, but whatever. But that came from my mom, who was always like into like the Rastafarian scene and music, and so she used to kind of DJ a little bit, and they called her Lioness. And something about Irie stuck with her, and so when she was naming me, she was like, I need this to be there in her name. And then yeah, I really came up with Irie like with my Instagram name, I feel like, which is Zaina Irie, and that was because I couldn't just get Zaina. So I was like, I need to add something on here, and then I had Irie always going. So then every time I did something different, I would always go by Irie, and then when I started DJing, it was kind of obvious, like, Irie. Yeah. So much, for so many different reasons, like, I just feel like Philly is such a music home when it comes to all of it. I think like being around the Torchlight community, which is all in Philly, got me into the reggae stuff. Then like being immersed in like hip hop, it's like you can't get around it in Philly. And then the fast music, the club music, like the Dollar Boys everywhere, everybody claiming that they're a Dollar Boy. But like the club music was always around, so I think Philly's just a music city, so like wherever you go, you're gonna hear some good music, I feel like, so yeah. I definitely was always a music person because my mom always was. She used to work for Virgin Records when she was my age, and yeah, she's always had a love for music, so it was bound for me to get that. And yeah, I think it became more like apparent to me when I was in college, or at least that it was like extreme, like I really like music, you know, because I was just always working and pulling all-nighters, and like I could only function off of listening to music and get my work done from listening to music. And then that was kind of bleeding through the work I was doing with architecture, so that was cool. Like my graduating project, I designed a record shop that was all about music by Black artists, so. Do I ever? I don't know. Yeah, I'm still recharging. I don't know, I feel like every time I have a crazy weekend, I'm just like, I need a day to just sleep. And so I'm starting to make Sundays very important for that reason. Like, I can't do anything on Sundays, like, but rest. But yeah, I think resting and also just like, I don't know, coming out and DJing just randomly, like that definitely gets me like excited to do more because I'm like, oh, this is no pressure, but fun. And yeah. So Barn Wave, I wish I started sooner. Me and my family moved out to Jersey about 4 or 5 years ago. And on the property that our house is on, there's these 3 barns. And I always wanted to do something, but I was thinking of doing it in another barn that was like on the 2nd level. But it was too hot up there and it was like hard to get power up there. So it kind of like delayed me thinking about it. And then this space was like I think there was a tractor in here. It was just a workshop. So it was a bunch of tools and things in here. So we just never bothered with this space. And then I was like, let me go in and see what's up. And then we realized that this stage was like lifted up on the wall. And I was like, I asked my mom, like, what is that? And she's like, it's a stage. And I was like, what? So then we knocked it down. And then over there, we saw that there was this little bucket and it says band fund. So like they used to have performances up in here back in the day. And I was like, this is meant to be. So really I got this started for my birthday party. I was like, oh, cool. Like I got a space where we could blast music. And then I guess Barn Wave came about because I just wanted a space where I could DJ and like not have any pressure because I am the shyest DJ ever and I don't really get out much, but I'm trying to. I'm getting better at it. But yeah, it was like, all right, I could come out here, DJ whenever I want and film it and then share. That's my way of like sharing myself with the world. So. And then I was like, I have so many talented friends, come through. So yeah, that's how it got going.
First time DJing?
That was my first time DJing, and low-key, I like did not want to DJ at all actually, but because my invite was a video of me with my controller, everybody was like, oh my God, she's making her debut. And I was like, why would I do this? And then I DJed for the first time at my grad party.
Wow.
Yeah, it was real cute. It was wonderful. It was the best
We were
function.
dancing.
It was the best thing we've had.
Yeah, so this is my home. We're out in Jersey. And yeah, my family was lucky enough to move on this land, and yeah, it's beautiful out here. It's beautiful out here, and this is actually my last year here, so I gotta absorb it as much as possible. So Torchlight is something that started way before I was even born. It was something that my mom and her friends all came up with when they were our age, trying to throw events and do community-based things. And so all growing up, me and that family and all the kids that came from all the adults were all together just going out, like having our parties at Fernhill Park, and we all took a trip to Vermont when we were little to go to a reggae festival and vend with our parents. And so more recently Torchlight is really a name for our community, but we were like, all right, we want to do more public facing things. I was talking to my god sister Niall about it. And we were like, all right, let's get it going. And we had our first event, I think, 2 years ago at One Art Community Center, which is a huge stomping ground for Torchlight Collective. So it was really important that we had it there. yeah, but it's a huge community. It's not just me or Niall. It's like it's everyone before us and everyone after us. So we're just making some. We have the torch right now, and we're making some moves. But it's a community. I think we're still deciding, but like so far we've had a music/vending event. We did a movie night. We've had a Halloween party. So it kind of depends, but it's just really about bringing people together. I know that sounds corny, but it really is. And we want to get more into like skill sharing workshops and swap shops for clothing and so many ideas, honestly. Days in the park, working with the city to maybe figure out how we can make that like a bigger thing and like bring different groups in to like vend and do things like that. But yeah, just good vibes. Good energy. I don't even know. To be honest, like it's kind of like whatever the day motivates me to do, because I have so many and like I keep finding more. I feel like when you're a creative, it's just like you want to do it all. It's like I want options, and plus like once you have one thing, you can apply it to the other thing. So like going back to like when I was in school for architecture, it was like I loved music, so that bled through that. And then like film with music, I've always loved like making videos and like matching it to the song and like photos, and it all connects. And yeah, whenever I could find the time to do any of those things, I'm always trying to do it. Yeah, at the moment it's definitely footwork. I can't help myself. Like fast-paced club music is the bomb right now. Like it gets me energized. I feel like every time I put it on and I start spinning, like I can always do something that I like. And that's just the mode I'm in right now. Like before it was like maybe house, and like I could always have a good house set whenever I tried. So I think I try to stick with what feels good, because then I get motivated to do it more. When I'm like doing something and I'm like, oh, this is not working, like a genre, it's like, no, let me just do something I know and something I like. But I also don't want to get boxed in any category or any genre. So I'm always trying to push myself to play the most random things. So like when I just went and did kiosk radio, that was like a lot of like West African music and reggae, and that's huge to like who I am musically. And yeah, I wanted to share that. So I love it all. I definitely like to prepare for sets. So as soon as I find out that I'm doing a set, I'm usually practicing every day until it happens. And that kind of is like, it first starts off like putting together songs that I like at the moment, and then getting it into the program, finding out BPMs, and then figuring out how they could work together. I am very picky about what I play and like the story it's telling throughout it. Like a lot of my SoundCloud mixes, I feel like I really tried to create a story with them, but it gets harder to like prepare for sets as they keep coming and as you keep doing it, because they become like, oh, can you DJ tonight? And I'm like, oh, I guess so. And then it's like, just working with what you have. But I want to get better at like crafting my crates and splitting things up into different like moods, I should say. Maybe rather than genres, I would love to create like a mood. But yeah, it's difficult. It's stressful. It's very stressful for me because I am low-key a perfectionist, and you should not be in art. Art should not be, you should not be a perfectionist. It's difficult. Yeah. I do have a lot of favorite songs. Oh, there's this one song. Okay, it's called Anki Balgam. And It's like this group, I think, based out in London. I just found out about them because one of my friends posted it up, and I was like, oh my gosh. But it's like Ethiopian jazz music, and they just dropped their first EP last week, I think, and it's just beautiful music. So I think maybe at the moment that's like my favorite song. Oh, and um this song by Luke, who is this Jersey Philly club producer, and it's called In My Bag, and that is my shit. That's my shit. I love that song. There's so many people, but then at the same time I feel like I did a back-to-back with a lot of people that I've really wanted to for a while. So I'm really grateful for that. I think a dream back-to-back, oh my gosh, Traxman. He's like my favorite footwork artist, and I love his music so much, and if I could do a back-to-back with him, I'd cry. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely have done some crazy back-to-backs with people that I really appreciate. So yeah, tracks, man. No, my friends inspire me so much, and like I would love to go down the list of them right now, but if I forget one, I'll be so pissed at myself. You'll see them if you see my account. Like, my favorite thing in the world, I think, before DJing, it's always been to like support what I love and support the people I love. And I think that's also how I've made so many connections, is just by supporting the stuff I love and like telling people what it means to me. And so that's that. Traveling. I love to travel. Like, if I'm ever down, like, a trip will just raise me up for so long too. Like, traveling the world, even like the area, like going to different states and seeing what's up. And I'm definitely in a place now where I really want to just do a lot of like nature trips and be outside in that type of way, not be outside. Like, I'm trying to actually be outside. So yes, yeah, so definitely travel. I think the biggest person is my mom. I'm always gonna shout her out. I feel like I'm always talking about my mom. I love my mom. But she definitely like crafted my ear heavily for music, and already previously built the community that I'm in now. So it's awesome. And yeah, it helps me move forward with the people who I start to talk to and get along with. It's based off of like what she's already built. And yeah, I think all my friends really, really inspire what I listen to. They're always putting me on and yeah, doing some cool shit that I'm like, yeah, I love this. So, and my brother. Yeah, he puts me on the hella music. I've learned a lot of things. I've learned that I like to see results quick, but that's not always going to be what it is. I've learned that I listen to a lot of music. I think going out and just watching, I'm just always taking notes, and I'm noticing that in my work. Like, oh, this really helped, like going and paying attention to this and that. I don't know. I just learned that I'm like super passionate about it, and in a way that I haven't been with like other things that I do for myself. And this is something that I've been back and forth with, because I have friends who DJ and they look at it like it's a service. And I love how they explain that to me. But I definitely got into DJing just because I really enjoy it. And this is also why I'm like super shy when it comes to going out and doing it, because like I didn't necessarily start DJing to DJ for people, which sounds kind of crazy, but like I just love music, and like figuring out ways to like blend it together and almost create another song is so fun. And yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm really spinning for myself, but I do want to start to understand how I can merge the two, because there is a balance, and I'm like slowly getting there, but I'm not there yet. So yeah, maybe like I would definitely love to do one in Mali, where my dad's from. I think that would just be beautiful, beautiful for my spirit. I also would really love to do a set in Chefchaouen in Morocco, which is the Blue City. It's like one of my most favorite places I've ever visited. So, and it's just gorgeous. And I feel like being in that environment would just bring out the best in me and in the music that I play. So, I'm gonna say a few. I can't help myself. Um, Seeing Jill Scott and the Roots at the Roots picnic. I can't remember what year it was, but it was the Things Fall Apart 25th anniversary, which is, like I said, one of my favorite projects ever. But they performed You Got Me, and Jill Scott sang it, and she's the one who wrote the song. And so all growing up, I used to listen to the 1999 live version, and never would have ever thought I would see that happen again before my eyes. So like seeing that, I was crying. I was so happy. It was beautiful. I think going to see Big Boy, I think it was like 2 years ago, I saw Big Boy with my mom. I took her for her birthday, and like to be there seeing Outkast. That's what I'm gonna talk about. The two albums that I brought up earlier. It's those two, like going to those two shows were like so crazy for me. Even though I didn't get to see Outkast, I need to see Andre and Big Boy, and my life will be complete. But going to that was awesome. And then after the show, like for 2 seconds, we chatted with Big Boy, and I was just like, yo, like I've been listening to you since I came out. And then my mom's right there, and she's like, since she came out. He was like, this is so beautiful. So yeah, I would say those are definitely two that are high on my list. But I love live music. Like live music is so important to me. So I'm always trying to go to a show, and I haven't been to many bad shows. So I would say an overall memory was like my school. I went to an African charter school growing up called Kepra Charter School. And I think going there and just being around Black people who like are so proud of being that, and like teaching us all the beautiful parts of being Black, and we talked about everything. Like it was so cool. We had like art classes, and like our art classes were based on like African art, and like we were like trying to make our own versions of that. We had African dance classes. We used to do capoeira. We used to do martial arts. We would It was just such a community, and it sucks because none of that, like the school's no longer, and like none of it's anywhere. Like I'm trying to find any archives of it. Like instead of a talent show, we had like the oratorical contest where we would all do poetry. And I won. I got first place one year for doing Black Statue of Liberty by Jessica Caramore. And I don't know, it was just like, we call it like the Black Hogwarts. Like it was a magical place, and like it just instilled so much in me, and like just the love for Black people and their creations, and like I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that. It was just, it's a big part of who I am today. So I have to shout it out. Love Kepler Charter School. Outcast. I don't know. I love Tribe. I'm like such a 90s hip hop kid. Like that's the music like I really started with. But as we all know, like I listen to way more than that. I just feel like definitely in this interview I've been talking a lot about that. But there's so much. Maybe Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. I love that album. I love Couldn't Wait to Tell You by Liv. Oh my gosh, that album, like, I could listen to over and over and over and over again. Yeah, there's so many. Aquemini and AT Aliens by Outkast. Everything by Tribe. I love reggae, so like my uncle Abja, love his music. Yeah, I'm gonna go on forever. I'm sorry. Things Fall Apart by The Roots and AT Aliens by Outkast. Going back to the original. Yeah, full circle. So you can find me on Instagram at Zaina Irie. My DJ name is Irie, or my artist name, I should say. And I also have a SoundCloud, I believe is DJ Irie on there. I also started getting into production, so I make a couple little beats, and I have them on my SoundCloud. Also have a YouTube channel, DJ Irie, and that is where you can find all the different barn waves. Also, there's an Instagram account for Barn Wave and Torchlight. What's next is I am doing a project with my friend at Foxy Nora on Instagram, and we are doing a event called Homewards, and that's going to be at Umbria Arts in Manioc, and we're going to have a monthly DJ series, so I'm very excited about that. Barn Wave is gonna be in full effect, so I really would love if you're an artist in any way. You don't have to just be a DJ. You could sing, rap, actually make physical art, like whatever you want to do. It's a space, and I want to like document it and put it out. So please come through. This is the last year of Barn Wave, and yeah, I think that's what's next. Yeah.
Hey, can I talk to you? Girl, I seen you dancing right here with your crew. It was your smile that brought me here to you. Or maybe it's the way you hit your moves. Tell me, do you have a